Welcome back to A.S. Wellman Reads 6 Bullet 7 Kills, Chapter 4, Part 2. Red bellowed in laughter, looking into Becky's face, seeing the look of betrayal with a glow of vomiting in her mouth. God damn you, Red. Who? Audrey Kessler. It turned out to be Audrey Kessler, Red, laughing hysterically. Bull fucking shit. Becky shouted back at the disbelief. I swear to God, look, I can prove it. How? She asked, arms folded, scowling. Look, Red was saying. Look my ass, she inserted. Look, I got a place in Old Town in the East Shaft Pass. I'm renting it out to Greg Jenkins since his place is right next to mine. We converted the two places into one for a bigger fill. Greg Jenkins, the one who sells marijuana and what else other secret invitation parties to minors, and he is 41. That Greg Jenkins, Becky stated, her already known information into question. Hey, I'm 39, Red said in the age defense, and I'm 28. Not someone who cannot enter Whitlock's, Becky said. Look, I took Audrey back to East Shaft, pulling my Mustang around the back service way of Whitlock's. She was puffing me up for the bed, so no one knew I had a passenger. I pulled up to the first stoplight intersection, took that left onto Main Street, drove to two spots in view of Sheriff Wright's office, three deputies at their desk. Sheriff Wright was coming out of the back room. No one seen Audrey with me. That's when Greg let us in. He was already on the porch with some friends, let's just say. She walked home back with no panties and bra because I got them. Red was smiling broad. That, Becky hesitated, catching the certainty in his eyes and smiling. The truth that a female did this eased her. She herself stepped out a handful of times with Red. This didn't explain his days. This did explain his days at a time disappearance, but Audrey Kessler, bullshit. The fact that she walked through the woods, over steeps, hills, just to enter her family's farm from a coyote's route to her front door. Everyone knows Audrey Kessler made a name. Everyone knows Audrey Kessler made a name Aldrich, and the efforts her family has provided hollow paths in bettering and maintaining their town's citizens. To let herself willingly consecrate her family name in a wretched manner was insane to believe, even imagine, and especially with Red. Okay, look, Red. I believe the story. No other guy involved, Becky was saying. Damn right, Red spat out. I believe some 60 to 80 pounds of overweight loneliness. I don't even want to hear more about Greg and your activities. A matter of fact, I think we should both fucking break up, Becky stated. Fuck yeah. Red started to wrestle with his own belt buckle. Don't try to be cute about it, Becky said, standing up. I'm taking the lead. Don't bother taking your shirt and shoes off. Drop your pants, and if you're not hard, get there yourself. Red chuckling his pants and underwear to the top of his boots. His right hand is working his soft on. Show me some tits and ass, Becky. I said, get there yourself, she replied flat. These words must have done the trick. Red spread the swollenness of 6.5 inches. His girth was a bit displeasing. Denial talk Denial talk made Red excited, almost always. However, Becky was serious in her double reply statement. Climb aboard, titties towards me. Red said, still jacking a rhythm. Becky turned her back to him, hiking up her nightgown. Her bubble-tight white ass swiveled her short-haired hair hanging full of pussy into view. I'll get myself going, then you can grasp my hips, Becky instructed. Becky began sliding her undercarriage lips upon the swaying head of his stiff cock. She relaxed her clitoris enough to cape a portion of his cock head. Held pressure, slow grinding slides picked up the stimulating pace, greasing her maternal hole for the sexual spreading of her final fuck with this hard dick. The insertion made him growl in moist, firm slides, cocooning the swelling pleasures, his hands taking hold of her ass cheeks. She took hold of his left hand, slapping his right back to the couch. Taking hold of his index finger, she slowly reversed her asshole pressure, taking form around its circumference. Oh, yeah, snaked from his mouth. She reached backwards, slapping him across the mouth, catching his lips with her right hand forefingers. He took the initial shock, turning it into knocking through her back door anticipation. He didn't have to wait long. She switched his shaft into her other shaft. Clunk, clunk to glass rattling, Red snatching up. Apologies. Page. After settling into the rhythm, she said, "Take hold of me." She was in the act of laying her back against his chest to rest her feet, one on each of his knees, for her personal clit play when he decided to take lead. Sitting suddenly forward, he off-balanced the pressure into a confusing manner of awkwardness, repositioning her face and breasts on the couch seat cushions, bringing the small of her back into an upward arch, feet trying to find footing while he thrust his one-man show act. That is when the late-night dinner erupted upon her sweaty back, avalanching to the nape of her neck. She pushed herself up to the back cushions, trying to turn around for eye contact. The shame of his sudden stomach eruption and the immediate desire to release both testicles of their blue desires caused him to donkey punch the back of her head. This made her vomit up the biscuits, blocking. This made him vomit up the biscuits, blocking his airway. His clamped tight cock, pulsating his secretions, gave to hard thrusting, oxygen-deprived eroticism, as well as the blockage loogie in her hair. He finished convulsing from both regions, took 2 steps backwards, tripping over his shackled feet of denim. He missed the coffee table by 2 feet. There, on the tan carpet floor, Red drooling his epilogue of vomit, he noticed Becky's breathing unconsciously, upper half of her body laying the majority of her weight, left knee kicked stand, her lower half body from gravitational descension upon the tan carpet with him. Red properly adjusted his clothing, stood up, found his smokes, lit up, puffing his way to Becky's refrigerator.